Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment, year 2, week 24, ending September 27, 2019. This isn't an endorsement to purchase any stocks that I bought, nor an endorsement to purchase stocks in general. I'm on a mission to become a great growth stock investor. Watch me on my journey, learn from my mistakes, and celebrate my successes. According to the IBD at investors.com, the market is in uptrend under pressure, which means it's not a very good time to be buying stocks, or if you do buy them, you should be cautious. The S&P 500 index did close above its 50-day simple moving average, which is that red diagonal line, but it is sort of going sideways. I call it flattish. That's after having a very turbulent August. This index has had a hard time getting over 3,000 and staying over 3,000. This is the Russell 2000 one-year chart. It is holding above its 200-day simple moving average, but it is below its 50-day simple moving average. Both of those averages are also very close together, which means that this index is also moving sideways. Basically, for the whole year, this index has been between 1460 and 1600, with the exception of the plunge in December down to 1260. And the volatility index, the lower the better on this one. I like to see it under 16 and ideally closer to 12. It did close the week at 1723. I had 3 purchases this week and 3 sold stocks. Unfortunately, 2 of the ones that I purchased were also ones that I sold. I'm going to review the charts for the stocks that I sold now. IPHI, I held this stock for just 2 days and I lost my 8% on it. The solid green line and the orange box show the day that I purchased this stock, and the black dot shows the day I sold this stock. I forgot to take a snapshot over the weekend of the sold stocks, so I took this snapshot on September 30th, so you can see a few more days of the chart after I sold it. Enphase, I also held this stock for 2 days. This is one I've held before and did very well on, but this time around I lost almost 8% in the 2 days. And worse than holding a stock for 2 days and losing 8% is buying and selling on the same day. This is EDU, and I bought and sold on Friday and lost 8% on this stock. Now I'm going to review my current holdings. This is a current holdings bar chart. It shows 1 bar for each week. So 2 of my stocks I've held 2 weeks, and 1 stock, Copart, in the middle, the orange, I just have held the 1 week. That dash black line is showing the $10,000 mark, which is I try and purchase approximately $10,000 of each stock. If it's above that, like TTEK is at $10,074, that means I do have some profit in that stock. If it's below that, then I do not have any profit. I have a loss. And the 9,200 yellow line is my 8% floor. No stocks that I own should be sitting below that and still on this holdings bar chart. CDW, I've held this stock for 1.5 weeks and it's down about 0.5%. And I did move my floor up to my 50-day simple moving average, the red line, and I moved the floor up to where that dash yellow line is. Copart, symbol CPRT. I just purchased the stock this week, so I've held it the 1 week. I bought it on Monday. Is down 3.6%, and I did raise my floor up to that 50-day simple moving average, diagonal red line, and I moved it up to where that dash yellow line is. TTEK, I've held this stock for 2 weeks and it's up 0.8%. I did leave the floor at last week's 50-day simple moving average, which is 1 cent more than the 50-day simple moving averages this week. So the floor is at 81.32. And this week, the simple moving average for the 50-day is at 81.31. Here's the industry breakdown. So I'm still in 3 different industry groups, but I switched in retail for the chip stock that I held last week and sold. Here's my current dollar gain and my weekly percentage change for the stocks that I own. I sort both these lists by the losers on the top. I think that if I take care of my losers, my winners will take care of themselves. So in the current dollar gain, you can see Copart, I've lost $355, and TTEK down at the bottom, I have a gain of $81. So I'm really not doing great in any of my stocks. And then the weekly percentage change for Copart, that's since I purchased it, since I've only held it though 1 week. And then for CDW, the 0.6% is its gain for the week, and TTEK gain 0.7%. At the end of week 24, year 2, my portfolio is up 31% versus the S&P 500 up 11.5%. I'd like to take a look and see where my changes came from last week. So stocks that I held last week and sold this week, I lost $647 in. But my biggest loss was my loss from new purchases. So $1,924 from stocks that I purchased this week. And then I have a gain for my existing holdings of $126. So that makes up the $2,500 difference in value last week to this week. So at the end of week 24, year 2, I have $101,607 cash, and I can sit tight or I can buy some new stocks. The market is an uptrend under pressure, so it's not an ideal time to buy stocks. So I'm looking at stocks and slowly trying out new ones, but I'm not jumping back into a lot of stocks. I want to focus and become more disciplined on my watch list creation. I want to try and follow these steps every week to reinforce building my watch list. So first thing I'm going to do is create an empty watch list in MarketSmith. And then I'm going to review stock lists and screens and add any stocks that I like to my new watch list. I'm going to look at last week's watch list, the IBD 50. I look at the big cap list, the sector leaders, blue dot, and then I like my tandem like screen. Once I have all those stocks in my new watch list, I looked at the flagged items to see which ones are carrying over from last week's watch list. Then I unflag all of last week's and then flag this week's, which allows me to easily see which ones are on the breakout list or the near pivot list. So here's my watch list. I sorted that by the company name. Up at the top, Arch Capital Group, you can see that it's flagged. That means that it was on my watch list last week. And the one underneath it, Brookfield Asset Management, symbol BAM, that one is not flagged, so that was not on my watch list last week. So I have 14 items on my watch list. And the one that I really liked is this Kool, Kool, and that's for my tandem-like screen. In the upcoming week, I'm probably going to give that one a try. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell if you want an alert when I post a new episode.